Alrighty, folks, welcome back to another episode of Wine Wednesday. Us three are all here. Jeff, Steve, and I'm Larry. Hopefully you guys caught the Good Morning NASDAQ this morning. Very eventful, very good stream there. A lot of live action, trading there, and some profit taking caught live on camera, which is fantastic. And now we're back. Also, there was a lot of questions we couldn't get to, too. Just a busy stream in general. So hopefully some of you guys saved those questions and brought them back. How are we doing after today, fellas, after the rest of the day?
Dude,
I
I
was
love today.
tired.
Oh, go
What do you
ahead.
say?
How do you love today?
Oh,
And
no, I'm a little freaking sick, and trading when you're sick, I feel like it's just tiring. I had to drive a lot to go freaking fix a recall on my truck. Stupid day. Trading was fine.
Was all the frustrating parts of your day, and then to the question, and trading was all right. It was all right. Everything else sucked.
Trading was fine. It was one of the best days of the year, but I just am tired, and my nose won't stop running. Very frustrating.
It's never fun when you're sick. You always feel like you want to go back to where you were. You're like, I was just breathing just fine yesterday. Can we just get back to that? And you
Yeah,
feel like
right.
you took it for granted a
Uh,
little bit. Yeah.
I hate when you know it too. Like yesterday, I'm just like, yep, tomorrow's gonna be worse than today. But
Huddy?
we got the second half of the week.
Yeah.
I'm
Halfway
excited.
there.
I feel like we got our market back. It's been like a 4 month drought, but finally feels good to be trading.
To
All right.
put a time of death on this market then.
You think it's just gonna end because I said that?
Yeah,
I hope not.
I gotta check the spy now that these are all dead.
Check how we're looking. Anyways, as always, guys, if you were at stream, or even if you weren't at stream, but you have this morning, but you have questions, feel free to throw them in. That is what we're here for. And I want to kick it off before I answer a question or look at the comments. Besides everyone saying good evening, which is awesome. Some people saying good morning, which is fine. If you're in where would it be good
Thailand.
morning right now?
Asia.
Asia, early Asia, maybe in Australia. Um,
Or Asia.
yeah, early Asia. Or the thing is that we have not had really a true wine Wednesday for probably weeks to months now. We kind of just show up and we start. We don't even talk about what we're drinking, probably because it's all water at this point. We're getting old, and I think we're become a little more health conscious. We got to call this. We got to change the name to something.
Sober
Non-wine
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
It's Sober Wednesday.
Yeah, sober. What's another? What's it? Let me look up. What's
Put a
sober
mustache on.
sober words that start with W? Is that even a thing?
Well, ask ChatGPT, will figure it out.
Yeah, with dubber or W. Synonyms for sober that start with W. Wise
Oh
Wednesday.
crap.
Well balanced Wednesday. Well advised Wednesday. That's funny. Well being Wednesday.
Boring.
Boring,
I love
wholesome,
it.
wonderful, world class, worthy. Anyways, whatever. We're probably not going to change the name. We're just going to keep it here. But anyways, yeah. So we'll get to questions. Get to the usual.
Where's Huddy's camera?
Huddy's hiding his face.
Currently, it's currently turned off.
Oh, Dom's got a mustache that's wiggling.
It looks real.
I don't know. Not when you move your face. Change it up a little.
Mm.
I think I found my culprit to my Wi-Fi problem. Although, well, I know the problem, but the problem is new, which is I've done nothing. And if you watch the streams, or at least on Huddy and Dom's side and on my side, we can tell there's a lagging issue. Problem is nothing has changed, and it's always been better than it is now. However, the only solution I have I know would fix it because I've tested this. I would have to hardwire my modem, which is 30 to 40 feet that way in my house, and I have to somehow string along the hardwire all the way to my office. And there's a very nice way and a very cheap way. And the cheap way would look awful because you'd see the string all along the house. The expensive way would be like hiring someone to literally route it through my entire wall, which probably a few grand.
Kemper
Which
could probably do that for you.
fly out Kemper, it'll be worth it. I'll pay for it, but it's like a few grand out the door for something that
give him a call.
Didn't need to happen. That's what he does for a living. Is that his expertise?
No, that's just what you do when you need something done. You just call him.
Yeah, all right. Kemper's the all around.
He'll figure it out.
Yeah, knows what's good for me, guy, handyman.
Oh yeah.
All right, perfect. Well, anyways, all right.
I like the mustache.
You got to grow it out. You can grow one.
Yeah, I probably could grow a mustache, but it's gross.
Yeah. Wayne says, did anyone get smoked on camp today? As in, if they were long and then they got offered on. None of us three did. Huddie was short it to capture it, which is cool. But
we don't usually buy day ones.
Yeah. But a weird one where they halted it and then released the offering news. Usually it's just offering, bam, and then it's down. And a little interesting they had to halt the stock to announce the news. Not always the case, or rarely the case.
Take it.
We'll take it. That's for sure. I wasn't sure, but I wish I was. Disclosed asks, when are we getting a day in the life of Huddie? Yeah, Huddie, when are you going to hire a videographer to vlog you around all day?
I don't know. We'll think about that. It sounds like a commitment.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. You can see you in sauna class, see you walking around, doing whatever it is you do.
All the phone calls I have.
Yeah, you keep yourself busy, for sure.
We'll go to boxing.
Yeah.
Someone's saying use mesh routers, and I have the same problem that Kyle's having, so I'm looking it up. Those look expensive for what are they?
Mesh.
Little pod?
Mesh router.
Probably, I have good Wi-Fi when it works.
See, so I have those guys. That's what's so annoying is that my Wi-Fi when I first moved in, which is actually almost exactly a year ago, everything worked great. And I bought 3 extended mesh routers. One to be right where the modem is. One literally, I can show you it. Look at this bad boy. Look at this thing. Right there.
What is it plugged into?
Plugged into the wall for energy. And
how do you connect it? Do you connect it to the Wi-Fi with your phone?
No, so because there's 3 of them, you put them closer together than the actual modem, so it creates like this web of Wi-Fi. I have my third, so my first one's by the modem, it's close enough to connect. That one then connects to this one. This one then connects to my bedroom, which is like 10, 20 feet that way. So it's like it creates this web of Wi-Fi, and it's always worked just fine until 2 weeks ago when we had like a storm. And the only thing I could think of is the storm is because like it was very windy, it was very rainy, maybe it affected a telephone pole, I don't know. But I take this laptop out to where the actual modem is, bam, super fast, always, all the time. So my only solution I have is to literally funnel a 50-foot wire through the walls of my house, and then.
Would that even fix it if the Wi-Fi is just going in and out?
No, because where the modem is, it's like 3 to 4x faster. Like when I do an internet speed test here versus there, it's night and day. So it's like there's no issues out there. It just maybe it's the mesh router. Maybe I just need a new mesh router. Maybe that one sucks now, but it's only a year old, so I don't know. We're gonna keep troubleshoot until we get there. But
I love spending the stream just troubleshooting your Wi-Fi issues.
Yeah, it's an update every week, pretty much.
Yeah, Kyle, because guess which one of the 3 never has to stream?
Yeah, Mr. Friggin' No Face over there.
Oh.
You big weenie. Let's see. Paul says, Relentless Trader said he live streamed today and met the Clover boys in Miami. Yep, he met me we've already met him. He actually came to a New York boot camp. When was that? 2024. But we got to see him again. He got to see me and Huddie again. It was good seeing him. Didn't get to see Dom again, but yeah, good guy. What kind of truck do you have, Dom? He works at a Ford dealership.
A Ram 1500.
Oh, he's a Ram guy, everyone.
I have the last few trucks I've had are all Rams.
Damn.
But that's usually because they're the cheapest lease. That is when I'm like, I have like 2 days left. I'm like, oh my gosh, I need a car. And I call around. It's usually a Ram.
You lease it. You go for it. Have you always been a
These
big
days, yeah,
leaser?
trucks are just the base models are so nice. Huh?
Have you always been a big leaser? Big leaser guy?
I have since I had my first few cars in college, which were like hand-me-downs. Um, I feel like we're the perfect people. I don't leave. Like I don't go outside. Like my truck is due at the end of this year as a 3-year lease, and I think it has less than 10,000 miles on it.
Wow, yeah, I barely
Like
drive.
I only use it for hunting. Like I get gas 1 to 2 times a month, maybe.
Yeah.
Like people are like complaining about the price of gas. I'm like, what do you need gas for? You fill up once, you're good for the
It's like
month.
the real question is why are you driving places?
Yeah, where are you going? Where do you have to go all day? Is everything you need right here in your office?
Oh, it's true for some
No,
people.
I should probably buy this truck because it's like brand new and I've had it for 3 years.
Yeah, yeah. I don't drive much as myself. I do drive, but I'm definitely below the, what is it, like 8,000 miles a year, 10,000 miles a year is the average driver?
10 or 12, I feel like.
Yeah,
Oh, wait, I
I'm
don't know.
definitely
Those
in
leases are like 10 or 12.
I'm definitely in like the 7-8 grand range. So I don't drive a whole, or at least where I drive to, it's never really that far. And then if it's any further than, a couple hundred miles, I just end up flying. So, but anyways,
I'm at 0.
yeah, Huddy doesn't. He sold his car. He's got no miles. He just
Buddy
Ubers.
just has a pair of Heelys.
Yeah. Huddy just got an Uber scooter. He just electrifies that thing down the street wherever he wants to go.
Do you have scooters in New York?
I don't think so.
No,
I don't think so either. I'm thinking like all.
there was that phase, right, where you could rent the birds, right?
Those are still in Detroit.
Yeah, but the problem is those
Yeah,
people
but I
start
think in New
trashing
York,
them.
you're gonna get destroyed.
Yeah, you start trashing them. People start leaving them in random places. I don't know how successful that ended up being, but it's not as great. AK asks, any
Yeah,
trades
there's a
on...
lot of charts I want to go away.
Oh, like on your screen?
Yeah, there's a lot of charts where I'm just like, I don't want to be tempted by this.
You got to just close your software.
There's so many charts.
AK asks, any trades on BATL? Yes. Watch this morning's stream. I highly recommend it. It's a great watch if you go to
You're
our
gonna
YouTube
have
channel.
you're gonna have to re-say it anyway. There's a couple more questions about.
What's up, Dom?
You might as well just re-say it. Your trade thesis.
No, I already shared a YouTube. I just made a YouTube video on it. I just made a video lesson on it.
Oh yeah, you're already plugged in. You've already done it all.
We've done it all. So either stay tuned to watch those or watch the Good Morning Nasdaq live stream. We talk about it there, which you can go to our YouTube channel to go to under playlists and then click the Good Morning Nasdaq playlist. Watch today's date, which is March 4th, and you will see it happen. You'll see me covering live. You can call it Wine Wednesday if you're red, like a wine, like we're whining. I mean, that was
We do that a lot.
yeah, that's been the truth the last few months.
What are you drinking, Kyle?
Just water, my bottle.
What kind of size you work with?
It's all scratched off here. If I even have it.
Like a 20er?
I think 32 ounces shows.
Oh wow.
Barely see a 32 scratched off. So yeah,
Looks smaller on camera.
yeah.
Camera takes off a few inches.
And for reference,
That's what they say.
yeah, that's what they tell me.
I have Gatorade Zero.
No,
I
that's
want something
smaller than
different today.
that. Looks like a small one right there. It's the mini Gatorade bottles there.
Remember when we used to have wine and stuff, and it used to be a big part of the show? And
Yeah.
then
Good times.
one day when we're all together and we do a wine Wednesday, we'll have wine.
Yeah, when we're in person.
We'll plan a day somewhere in the future where we'll do a giveaway and we'll all have wine.
Perfect. I like it.
Maybe when we get to
We
10K
should have a big
subscribers.
giveaway. I had someone come up to me at Traders for a cause, and they were like, "Dude, winning the raffle was the most exhilarating thing I've ever been through in my life."
Yeah, he told me that
So-
too. So funny.
He's like, "I didn't even care about the prize really, but winning was awesome."
Let's just give away Best Buy gift cards. $25 so we can do a ton of them.
You can give away 20 and then mail it to everybody.
You gotta come get them from Huddie.
Excuse me. Anyways, what float are you comfortable with shorting overnight? Battle's float seems dangerous. I can double check the float, but I'm pretty sure it was at least a few million.
It's still dangerous at that price point.
Yeah, float was 4 mil, so it wasn't extremely dangerous. Where you're like your sub mil, I rarely, if ever, swing those. But yeah, I agree with Dom. It's kind of dangerous to swing overnight these days, regardless, really. And that was the biggest risk of the trade of me taking Battle overnight, which I was willing to take the calculated risk, but a risk nonetheless. But no, honestly, in terms of price action, though, like forget the float. In terms of how a stock moves and its price action, I felt pretty damn comfortable in Battle and BATL. It was not this super sketchy, scary, large spread, illiquid kind of mover. It actually was fairly liquid and actually moved quite comfortably for my style and experience. Because even irrelevant of the float, like sometimes the price action alone can tell a lot about it, right? Like I don't care if the stock's 1 mil float or 10 mil float or 20 mil float. Like sometimes something that's not a low float trades like one for whatever reason, and then it gets scary. So for me on BATL, it actually felt quite, I don't want to say safe, but it felt quite familiar. All right, well, I didn't feel like I was trading something that I was scared of, per se. Or there are plenty of charts out there or stocks out there that, like, for example, I almost didn't short VCIG today because the way it moved kind of scared me. Like, I felt really good that I was going to die, but I never ended up touching it because I was a little bit busy with the trades in hand. But before I touched it, I was watching it pre-market, and I'm like, this action is a little bit scary to me. Not that scary, but a little. Why? I don't know. It just was spready. It moved a little bit quicker, right? It went from 8 to 30 in a couple hours versus Battle went from 4 to 30 in 3 days, right? It's a little bit of a difference there. Trading Scratch says you can get a Wi-Fi extender. Isn't that the same thing though as mesh? What's the main difference? Let me look.
One extends it, one kind of just meshes it.
Versus,
yeah, that's what I hear.
That's what they tell me.
That's what my IT guy said.
Google says mesh Wi-Fi systems offer better speeds than extenders because the mouse shredder and satellite nodes are specifically tuned to create a unified network. Yeah, versus the extender just extends it from a certain point. Yeah, and I got a little mesh going on. I got 3 different locations, so I'll figure it out. I'll keep. Thank you guys for helping. We'll keep updating you guys as we go on. Water Wednesday, there it is. That's the key right there.
Yeah, that's totally it. That's totally it.
Maybe we make it fancier. We say Waterboy Wednesday.
Waterboard Wednesday.
Yeah, great movie. Dom, did you end up taking the breakout on EDSA?
I did not.
He did not. I think Huddie was the only one who did. Yeah.
Huddie destroyed it. Word on the street is
crushed. What did they end up doing today, Huddie? It died, and then what?
Nothing after we left.
Yeah.
It held 4.
Oh wow. Yeah, liquid. All right, good. I don't miss shorting that one or having FOMO not shorting that one. Trading stretch, you need a handyman, let me know. Thank you. It's funny, I actually had a group of guys that installed a few electrical equipment around my house when I moved in, and they had offered it, but they were kind of pricey, so I have to hit them up again and see what they would quote me on that kind of a job. We'll see. But they did a great job with the electrical stuff, so I do trust them. If they did it, it would be good. Not sure what that question. Oh, he's asking Drummer Max question. All right, we'll pass that one. More internet talk. Let's see. How do you formulate a trade plan for BATL? Will you treat it as an overstanding gap up or a gap and crap? What gave you preference for one or the other? Again, I would recommend you watch the stream and or watch the YouTube video to come out in the next maybe week or two, because I answer all these questions. But essentially, to give you a short synopsis, making the trade plan is the same for all trade plans I make. Like, it's like I have a risk level that I think that stock should respect, that kind of validates or invalidates my thesis. And in this case, battle was the highs, right? It couldn't get over 30. Originally, I thought it might do an overextending gap and crap idea, but then when it was holding for longer than I thought, but still not squeezing, I had then switched to the idea that this might gap down over, like it might be a delayed reaction, because we do see that sometimes. So then that's what got me the idea to take it overnight, and then all I needed was confirmation in after hours that it was going to start the fade in after hours, which it did, and then the rest was history on the gap down. So. Trading Scratch got all the internet questions here. Internal Wi-Fi for your PC or external Wi-Fi antenna? No, it's just there's no antenna, just a big modem and a router kind of box. Have I considered streaming a lower quality of the actual stream? I mean, I can try that, but it's bad though when I do an internet
we didn't take a V class.
It doesn't. It's just so, even at a lower quality, it might help, but it's just pretty bad. The problem is that for whatever reason, the one mesh Wi-Fi I have, when I do a what it's called, an internet test, the output is criminally low. Criminally, like I'm getting 1 or 2 megabytes a second. That's what it's called, the MBS, whatever it's called. Whereas I go out where the modem is, immediately jumps to 100. So.
That's your problem?
Yeah, the upload.
Because mine, like I just tested, mine is like 415
Yeah.
for a download upload, but I had trouble all week with my Good Morning Nasdaq. Like it just won't stay connected. Like
interesting. Yeah, mine's usually
the speed is fast.
My download is in the hundreds usually, and then my upload is at least around 100, if not maybe mid hundreds. And here it's like I'll show you. Actually, I'll just show the world what we're dealing with. We'll get it on camera. Why not? Internet speed test. Here we go. Let's bring it up. Stream. Check out this puppy. Look at that download speed. Terrible. It's only 13. This usually is up here. And then this is the best part. Oh gosh, that upload is awful. Literally 2 megabits per second. That is dog water. Never been that low, ever. And then it says, your connection is fast. No, it isn't. Not for what I pay for. Not at all.
It downloads really bad, too.
Yeah, terrible. But then again, if I could, I would take this. I would take my laptop. Actually, stay right here. I'll be right back. You don't need to. No, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. Take my phone to where my modem is.
How do you entertain them with a song?
Where's he going?
Do you listen to anything we say when you're not talking?
Like, honestly, very little.
It's a little shocking. It's like scary sometimes.
I got a bag of chips.
It doesn't sound like you.
They're vegetable chips.
That's not a real thing.
Well, you guys were talking about internet for half the stream. I don't know anything about internet.
What do you guys think about HGraph, short squeeze, 40K revenue now, over 2 billion market cap? It's getting interesting. I think today I was just looking at it from my watch list. Pretty toppy candle. Kind of a wick to the sky, biggest volume we've had. I wouldn't be surprised to see a multi-day pullback. It's just like, what are you looking for and how patient do you want to be? But I'm sure there's a little short squeeze there. It's not the biggest volume in the world. And it's an OTC, so they can sometimes just grind up higher than you think.
We're back. Look at this. Ready? All right. So download speed was a little bad read. It was only 60, but still like multiple times higher. But look at the upload, dude. 96, just where I thought it'd be, right around 100. And that's literally like
I don't get that good down here.
It's crazy. Like 20 feet that way. That's all it takes. It's insane. So I just got to
cut out for you too.
I cut out for Huddie. I've probably been cutting out for everybody. But anyways, fun little experiment we did there. What I missed? What did you guys talk about where I was going?
We said H-Craft. Someone asked, what do we think about it? 40K in revenue and over 2 billion market cap.
Yeah, it's pretty. I wonder why. Does anyone know why this run was recent? I never really actually looked at the news behind the
I
run.
remember someone brought it up in the room and we were all like, no, stop talking about H-Craft. And then
Then it goes.
you could have been happy. You would have had one day where it didn't break the prior day high.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely overextended. It's gonna come. I mean, someone wrote a short report last time when it ran to 250, right? And then it supported $1, then came back, then it's sideways for months. Now we're at 6. So yeah, I mean, I imagine it's not going to be easy, but I wouldn't shock me if that pulled back to 4 at some point. Maybe even round trips the whole thing. I have no idea, but if you had a
Only
game,
one way to find out, get short and hodl.
yeah, if you had a, how there's options. Like you can't have options on OTCs like HCRAF, but like options say like it could have a certain price by a certain time, and then there's obviously a natural win rate to that. If I had an option that at some point in the future HCRAF touches $4 again, I think it's 100% chance. It's just when. It could be 6 months from now, it could be a week from now, but I would be shocked if it never touched 4 again in terms of a pullback. But again, that pullback could be now or forever ago, forever in the future. But
I think it's a real company.
You go on your trading view, you can type in HG.
Yeah, it's in the
That's the real company in what do you
Canada.
call it? Yeah.
This weekly chart, like to me, it screams scam.
I mean, it's well to define scam versus a real company. Like, I think they're a real company that are trying. Like, they're not just like a shell.
It was 15. It was 15 cents in July.
Yeah. It's been quite the run. Don't get me wrong. But I think they might be a company that's actually trying. They just suck. Is where I'm leaning.
That's actually kind of insane.
Isn't it?
Is that less than a year?
I
Yeah,
feel like
less
it's
than a
just
year.
like been a notorious like $1 or $2 stock. It was 15 cents a year ago.
Yeah. Just from
The
August
weekly
till
chart
now.
reminds me of
Sideways.
MMTLP.
MMTLP. That one was a crazy one.
We can't see that. We can't see the charts anymore.
I know it doesn't even show MMTL. No, they don't even have it anymore. Damn, that's too bad.
I just like usually when stocks go from 15 cents to $6, it's not good. It's counterintuitive.
That's true too. Um, let's see. Let's
My corned beef turned out good, guys.
When'd you make
So happy.
that?
I told you this morning I had to put a corned beef on before I left for my errands.
Oh, all right. Turned out
'Cause
good.
it's a crock pot meal. It has to cook for like 7 hours.
There you go. Well, good. I was worried.
Yesterday I made your favorite lunch.
Which one?
Meatballs?
Pot roast?
No, it was spaghetti and meatloaf.
Mm.
Spaghetti and meatloaf? I've never said that sentence. Did you really?
No, he's a liar.
He's a liar. I can't see his face. It's like I feel like you're talking to the ether.
We're just talking on the phone.
Let's see. Disclosed. Watching Wine Wednesday again. His wife hasn't watched, or he hasn't watched in a long time. Nice. Well, welcome back. He's losing all his money in 2022. A lot of people were. Tough year. Kyle, did you short INDO? Yes. I was thinking a different ticker. Indo. I shorted yesterday. I shorted like 670, I think 660s. Covered at like 590s. Then it went to 5 and I was sad. Dom's favorite person, PHUK. What strategies and patterns do you teach on the long side?
Was that for me?
You can choose the answer. You're the most long bias here.
Yeah. I mean, for the most part, these days it's just pretty much breakouts. And I know that is probably a common phrase you hear on YouTube and traders. Anytime a stock breaks over the prior minutes candle, it's called a breakout. But you know, really looking at stocks that a lot of the ones we talk about here on the show, the Good Morning Nasdaq, once they kind of had their move on day one, day two, put in that high, consolidate, and then the ones, the 5% that go higher from there. That's kind of a main watch for us. And even BATL in the webinar last week. I built out a thesis. If you wanted to play for this, you could have followed my one. I had two plans. And one of them was because I think it was on the 26th. It might have been the day before. It would have been Thursday. It was Friday, the breakout day. Yeah. So I gave you a thesis. That was technically a multi-day, multi-week, multi-month breakout there. It went to 35, but that is kind of what we focus on for the most part, big daily chart patterns. We don't do a ton of buying on day one. Like, someone mentioned getting stuck in CanF. Like, that's never really going to happen for us. Fortunately or unfortunately, we just don't really mesh with that style. Reversals have been a big part of my career, and we talk about them a lot. Like, all these oil and gas plays tomorrow, for the most part, will be reversals where they've had insane front sides. They've now had a backside. Does the backside continue, or do they have a big bounce at some point? Uh, that's what we do. We used to do a ton of panic dip buy, so even buying battle today, like, I don't hate that at all. I don't know if we were on stream or not, but like into the levels from kind of day one of the news over the weekend. Um, really incredible bounce. What, 80, 90% bounce? Um,
Like
so,
13s to 20. Yeah, it's pretty good.
so that's pretty, I'm trying to think, is there any other long patterns? That's really it. It's been breakouts most of my life.
I've been
I love breakouts. I think Tim Sykes came up to me and like referenced me as a short seller, and I was like, no, no,
no, no, no.
I'm long now. Except for every single gapper, I short those every time.
The I missed the panic dip buys. Those were great. We don't really teach those anymore because they just aren't
I
there.
don't like those. I'm happy.
You're happy
I
those are
see
gone?
stuff like T-Pat or Battle today, and I get like flashbacks um, to just being over aggressive on a stock that's not going up. That's just catching the falling knife.
Yeah, it can be a little tricky. Um, but as the last few months, I've been, I would say, hybrid teaching swing trading in the room. In fact, I actually, I think next week I will dedicate a webinar to talking about swing trading because I know trading scratch. We talked about that. I know trading webinar maybe last week or something. So I think next week I will hunker down on time and then and go over it in detail then. But not a whole lot of that because again that's not really the main strategy. In fact, that's still probably the newest strategy I have that I'm still working out the kinks of. Just I can't perfect something in 10 months or so. Need a little more time than that. But Master Fun says, yeah, Kyle pay the money. It's a tax write-off for the visit. Damn right it is. Hell, let's spend 20 grand. But no, if it's a couple grand.
Wait, what question did you read?
No, he's referring to me paying money to have my hard wires throughout my house, which will be expensive, but again, it's worth it. Internet's better, tax write-off, win-win. Let's see. Would you guys think, speaking of HRAF, is it a short squeeze?
Mhm.
I kind of answered that one when you were gone.
Okay. Oh, and then 2 billion revenue. Oh, okay, that's how you so sorry, I was behind on the chat here.
I think it really does, yeah, any well to label it. But in my mind, I label it as a pump like that. But I could be completely wrong. It could be a real company and running on pure momentum, but it's just like I don't even think there's like one short just getting squeezed. I think it's like manipulated. I don't know how to explain it, but it doesn't matter whatever I think or not. Like I'm still gonna trade the patterns as I see them. I
Yeah.
think is my point. Anything could be true.
Yeah. You'll never know, and it doesn't really matter. But I will say a stock that goes up, usually if there's, just in general, a squeeze would be something that happens fairly quickly. Let's say a day, a couple days max. Because if it's a true squeeze, like no short, a squeeze is shorts panicking. So like if shorts are panicking, there's no elongated panic. It's like a couple hours max, a day max. And And so when something grinds up and keeps running like HGraph has, I would think that's more of like what he said. It's like it's manipulated. Maybe they're just getting enough buyers to bring some momentum in. That's where I would lean if I had to guess, which again, we'll never know. And it doesn't really have, we don't have to know. And Flashnet says you guys need to be hardwired for Ethernet for streaming though. Honestly, Flashnet though, you'd be surprised. 90% of the streams I've ever done have never been hardwired. In fact, 90% of my trading has never been hardwired. Crazy to think about that. But I do agree, it does make it more stable, so it's about time I have to do it. Sadly, they've caught up to me. What are my walls made of? I don't know, but they're made of something. It's old. It's an old house, unfortunately. I actually went from an apartment that had plenty of hardwire Ethernet spots to an older home that got flipped, and the flippers didn't install hardwire Ethernet spots, just power walls or power outlets. So, unfortunately, Huddy, can you tell us about your legendary INDO trade? Did you use options too? I'm assuming you're referring to 2022.
I think this
what is this
person
legendary trade?
Yeah, I think maybe like IMPP is the right ticker.
Yeah.
I don't even think I did that well on INDO.
Yeah, you guys had IMPP.
But I definitely slayed on IMPP.
Which, by the way, what has that been doing this time around? Has it been doing anything?
It's so funny.
Nothing?
It's actually a good story. The IMPP is a good story because I was at Dom's house when this happened.
Let's hear it.
Well, I think just like I think like for the whole week we were trying to kind of like figure out where we wanted to be for this move as it was like gearing up. I think the day before IMPP broke out, I don't know, like Dom used to slap a lot of size back then, and it was a little bit contagious. Like when he was pushing buttons, you kind of want to push buttons with him and like match his size. So we did something like that the day before, and I lost $8,000 because it had some like end of day panic. And the next day it gapped up, came right back in the range, and like when it broke over the previous bar high, and something in my head went off, and I was like, I think I need to risk as much as I lost yesterday. So I went in with like an 8,000. I think I had 40,000 shares at $2.50. And I don't know. The name of the game is it gapped up to 4 and went to 7. So, and I didn't sell a dime till the next day on the gap up.
When it gapped up to like at the highs, you didn't sell.
Well, I didn't sell until the next day open.
So you nailed the top, as you were telling me.
I nailed the bottom of the next day.
No, you did not, dude.
Yeah,
you let it die
like 450s.
That first red day, you just watched it die on you.
No, the day before that.
So on the 7th.
Wow. Yeah, almost 4 years ago.
That is crazy. Actually, it is March, 4 years ago. And they did a reverse split because it was not at 100. Like you said, it was at like 8.
It's crazy that it's March 4 years ago, and like right now we also have oil and gas running 4 years, later.
Exactly.
Like same time.
Exactly. It's just an annual thing.
Wars must be cyclical.
Yeah, the oils, the crisis, the Middle East crisis, some kind of war. But Mosey asked Dom, what do you mean you get into HGraph at 610 and sell it? Short at 654. Wait, then sold half at the close? You don't think you sell a short? Well, you enter selling a short. Holding half then holding half for potential gap down tomorrow. So he shorted thinking it was going to roll over.
I kind of said it this morning. I wrote it in the room. It was more of just kind of we've kind of broken this play down enough tonight, but I did kind of think it was short squeezy. Anytime I get the chance to trade an OTC, that's like there's enough going on there to like, and at this point on HGraph, you're getting like $1 of range a day. So if there's predictable range, you can make a lot of money because if you watch HGraph the last like 2 weeks, it pretty much opens, picks a direction, and then spends the whole day going that way. And I had a feeling following yesterday's first red day that ends up being the biggest wick of all time. It closes at the highs that it didn't necessarily need to be a breakout to play. And it was super small size. If someone they asked about the liquidity, how do you trade something in the liquid stock? Well, I don't know if you mean like in general or long, because you just said you shorted it, but the same way as you trade a regular one, you just kind of size down, be aware of, it's less about this being a liquid, I think, and more about just being an OTC. That's more important to me because like a million or two or three a day for an OTC of this price is kind of just fine if you're not risking Kyle size. Once you start risking 5K, 10K plus, like that's where it gets to be kind of not enough liquidity where getting out where you want it could be a problem. But yeah, I mean, it was more of a field trade, a gut trade. I just kind of thought that there was a good chance, like at this level, this price range, that if it did continue its spike from yesterday, that it would go to 7, and I could buy at 6, risking like the lows of the day, which would be 5 or 10 cents, which they ended up being. There were some panic prints, but I didn't really count those. And it spiked to like 660, 670, so it almost got to a pretty simple little dollar share trade. It's not like a bread and butter trade of mine. Um, I said I was trading with my heart on it.
Kind of, yeah, really awkward, not awkward, but unexpected panic from on my end. When I looked at it, I was like, whoa. I mean, I knew we were extended, but I didn't think we were just going to randomly panic 15 minutes in the close. But nice short there in the mid sixes. That's nice now. Looks good. Does Clover do a lifetime membership? We do not. We had found that people, if we offered lifetime, that the retention, not the retention, but I'm going to call it the focus rate is incredibly low. So people who buy lifetime end up not actually caring because they think they have it for life and they could just come to it later, which is, sorry to bust everyone's bubble. Clover will not be here for a lifetime, right? We, at some point, not anytime soon, but at some point, Clover will no longer be around. Things do change, whether that's 5, 10, 15 years from now. So it's not really our choice or specialty there for a lifetime. Hey guys, today I broke my main monitor out of anger. Ow, all right. Been doing this for 8 years, struggle with impatience and dopamine-driven trades. Before A+ setups even show up, I end up giving back all the profit from the last one and then more. Trading B and C setups, I've lost count how many times I've hit rock bottom. Incredibly painful, but the thought of living corporate life feels even worse. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm trying to think.
All
here.
you, Kyle.
It's all me. Dom, ready? Are left speechless here. So, I mean, I don't have much to work with beyond your struggles of just 8 years, which is a long time. But there's two trains of thought to this when I hear someone who's been trading for a very long time. It's either A, they are a couple changes away from actually getting it. Because I have heard people who have been doing. I remember, I think there was a Market Wizards who was unprofitable for like 10 years, and then finally made the necessary changes, and then became one of the better traders ever, right? But I also find on the other flip side, a lot of profitable traders get a hang of it within the first 1, 2, 3 years. So when you've passed that point and are not there yet, you have to have a hard conversation with yourself as to really why. I know you say you struggle with impatience and dopamine trades. That might not. I don't want to sound mean here, but I almost don't believe you, because if it were that easy, if you knew your problems that easily, I struggle with impatience and dopamine-driven trades. That doesn't sound too difficult to change. Of course, it's easier said than done, but if you can identify the problem, you're a human being, and everyone in this room is capable of changing and adapting and improving. So either A, you have let 8 years go by of willingly and almost subconsciously wanting to lose because you haven't made the necessary changes, or you actually have not identified them in some way, shape, or form. And then I don't say that mean like some people trading isn't for them because they just don't make the changes. It's very simple as that. Like I know for me, I could never become, an NBA basketball player. Because the changes would need to be, I literally need to be 6 inches taller and jump 12 inches higher. It's not going to happen physically, as badly as I'd want it to. Believe me, I've tried. In high school, I did so much to try to increase my vertical, and I increased it a little bit, but not enough to ever be good with it, right? So I would
have to start eating meat too.
Yeah. So I would dig in deeper, and I'd also argue that before your A plus setup shows up, you let B and C grade setups, drive make you unprofitable. I don't believe that either. To be honest, I hate to give you some tough love, but I'm not unprofitable because I don't get enough A plus setups to come around. Like sure, A plus setups bring me a very good cushion on the year. They may be the needle movers to my account. But if you had some alternate world where there was a trading challenge, and the trading challenge was you can't take A plus setups, and you can only take B and C, I guarantee you I'd still be profitable. I wouldn't be as profitable, right? I wouldn't have as much money in my account, but I would be green. I absolutely would be green. So I would really try to dive deep for yourself into your trading and figure out what it is, unless you already know and you just haven't shared it in those comments. But I want to try to test you there or push your buttons a little bit because I know you can dig deeper than that.
Yeah, it's one of those situations where you probably don't need us to tell you what to do because it seems like after 8 years of doing anything, you got to know if it's for you or not. And if you already are, half the battle is knowing what's going on. That's why we tell people to be transparent and honest with yourself. Because the more you lie to yourself, the more you just manipulate your brain into thinking you're doing everything right, even though you're just getting bad results. If you know why you're getting bad results, we actually don't even know fully if you're like unprofitable. Um, you just could be giving back profits. You could be one of those traders who makes money for a while then gives it all back. But I would do one thing if that was me, and you could replace 8 years with anything. If this is your problem and you know that it's what you believe to be holding you back from being a successful trader, like I agree with the tough love from Kyle. Like you don't deserve it if you aren't willing to change that because you can change it. You can, out of 8 years, I would have expected you to say, okay, this year, and if it's not working, like throw everything at the wall. 1 year where I only trade B plus and better. And if I trade a B or less, like I'm done. I have someone else cuts off my account, cuts my cords, throws the rest of my waters at the wall. Like the stakes need to be raised. Like we used to have a taser in my office with Jack and Randy Walker and J Bones. And if you made an error, if you went against your watch list, like we tased each other. And I'm not saying you should harm each other or harm yourself. What I'm saying is like you say you're at like rock bottom, and I believe you. Trading sucks. It has been horrible for me for 2 months. Um, but you have all the emotions, right? I don't want to go to the corporate job. Like all that needs to be thrown away. The pressure needs to disappear, and we need to stick to a system. And we need to do it for 1 week. Then we need to do it for 2 weeks. Then need to do it for a month, and we need to do it every single day. The best traders show up every single day, whether it's good, whether it's bad. They do the same thing over and over and over again, and then they get good years. And you have to do that, and you have to start tomorrow. And if you can't do that, then you just don't deserve it. And it's when I'm struggling like these past 2 months, I don't deserve to be profitable. I made enough mistakes, I made enough errors, I did enough wrong that there is no one to blame but me. But the only one who's going to fix it is me. That's the sucky and the cool thing about trading. I can't say, okay, I'm going to lean on Kyle this month. We're going to use some of his profits and bump up my numbers. This isn't a team sport. So if you know your problems, you have to commit to fixing them. And I usually do very strict rules. I'd probably create 3 rules, put them on a sheet of paper, put them on my wall. And anytime I break those rules, I'm done. Like pretend you work for a prop firm or you're trading your dad's money. Like, and every single time you may have a tough decision. Would I do this? Or is this going to keep my job? Is this going to be good for my relationship? Like you have to raise the stakes from the perspective of I can't make the mistake anymore because you have to think once I stop making these mistakes, I'm going to be successful. So how bad do we really want it?
There we go. Beautiful. All right, we'll go a few minutes over because we were late to start, so we'll do a few more.
Us late?
Us late? No.
Us?
No. Us? Jim, Larry, and Steve? No, we're not late. We're fashionably early. Maybe.
That's what we're doing. Don't smash any more monitors, all right?
Yeah, dude, don't
They're
do that.
expensive.
That too. Get a punching bag. When setups aren't working well and you start taking frequent paper cuts, what do you do to stop the bleeding? I feel like the answer we just gave is similar to that. The best way to stop bleeding that you don't want to hear is just stop trading. But obviously that also stops the gaining if it happens.
Such a Kyle response.
What do you say?
Since such a
Just stop
Kyle
trading.
response, just stop trading. Well, it's true. Sometimes I have had to, and if that means taking a break and stepping outside for a day and come back with a fresh level head. I mean, it is a solution for some people. Why, Huddy? Do you have a different answer here? Do you have a different process for that?
I don't know. You're doing great. Keep up the good work.
He doesn't even know what question we're talking about.
Yeah. What's the question I asked, Huddy?
Drawdowns. It has something to do with drawdowns and getting out of them. Paper cuts. Paper cuts.
All right.
And you keep taking losses and you don't know how to stop.
All right.
You want the
That's the
answer?
question, right?
That's half the answer question. Sure, we'll give it to him.
Go on.
Oh, you have two options. You deal with it because most systems have periods where they're not going to do well and they're going to draw down, and you accept that by continuing to trade, I have the possibility of big winners, but I also have the ability to continue my drawdown, and you deal with it. Or you size down and say, my emotional headspace cannot take more losses right now, so I'm going to allow all these losses to not hurt as bad by reducing size by a half or a third. And option 3 is what Kyle said: don't do anything until your brain starts working again, and you start to see setups working.
Beautiful. Couldn't agree more. John, what was the last? Dude, you recall the last really solid reversal or first green day?
It's kind of funny. It's one that I hate that's on my watch list again tonight, but it's RXT on breakout number 1 on the 20th of February. From a strict reversal standpoint of like buy a 5-minute opening high or opening range highs, risk low day, and sell into strength. I want to say there was less than 10 cents of risk on that. So buying, it might have been 5 cents.
I think I remember watching it that morning with you. It was like the 5-minute break was like 140. You risked 130, and you got 7 to 1 to 110.
Yeah,
pretty much.
So ended up turning into a breakout as well. It was on the 20th, but that would have been it. And I missed it. My stupid Huddy tries to get me into doing these stupid stop buy orders, and it like canceled on me. Like, and then I didn't realize it was gone, and so I thought I was in, and I wasn't in. And it was the one reversal that has worked, but that was the best one.
Why did it cancel?
I don't know. I didn't read the code or anything. I was angry.
It does happen sometimes.
It does the yellow thing where it's like you said it wrong or did something.
It's like, oh.
It's definitely not user error, Huddy, if that's what you're saying.
That's what you're inferring.
Sounds like you're inferring something.
Oh, gosh. This is a really good question. Sly asks, what trader were you most impressed with at Traders for a Cause and why? Do you have somebody, Huddy, in mind?
I mean, it's always Kyle.
No.
Really? That's good for branding.
What was the question? Which trader was I most impressed with?
Yep, at Traders for a Cause.
Where you were last weekend.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm thinking.
Do you want me to give my answer while you're thinking?
Yeah, I'll give you your answer.
My answer is Xander Odom.
Oh my God, I was going to say that.
Yeah. For those who, I'm sure a lot of you know, but those who don't know, he got in a terrible, I think it was snowboarding or skiing accident, pretty much paralyzed him to the point where he's still working on his mobility. I think he just recently was able to start moving his hand again. And he was at this conference in a wheelchair, scooting around, meeting people, talking to people. I learned that he is trading with his eyes, his eyes and mouth. He has a eye tracking software that allows him to point and click with his own damn eyes, and he is making it happen. You know what I mean? So it's just incredible. It's incredible, like what life can throw you. And he is like, yep, that's fine. That's not going to stop me. You know, incredibly impressed. It's very, very just awesome. And I hope wish him the best of recovery and hope he gets back to, some level that he was before, because he deserves it for sure. Super, super impressive. Sly says, Marty Schwartz is the trader you were talking about, Kyle, reading it right now. Nice. Yeah. Good Market Wizards, great book. A few of them. But yeah, I remember specifically, I didn't remember his name, obviously. Thank you for reminding it. But yeah, one of the traders that struggled for a very long time. And then once he figured it out, it was off to the races.
And honestly, Quixotic.
Who's that?
But that person that was struggling for 8 years.
Oh.
It's too normal, right? I was profitable in my first year, second year, right? It's cooler. It's a better story where you're at now. So you might as well put in all the work and figure it out, because the story's going to be much better. That's how sometimes when I'm in really tough spots in life, I'm like, this sucks, but it's going to make a good story one day. And
at the end of the day, all we have are our stories.
That's all we have.
Damn.
I got you.
People forget the trades, okay? They remember the story.
That's the quote right there, Huddie. That's the quote we needed.
Okay.
All right.
Are you okay? Do we need to check on you?
All right. Couple more questions, then we'll get out of here.
I'll bring it to Good Morning NASDAQ tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm sure you will.
Yeah, literally tomorrow at the end, Huddie's gonna be like, I have a quote. All you're left with is the stories. Oh. Kyle, what happened to your monthly recaps? They are coming. Stay patient with me. I'm going to make it is March. I'm going to make the February recap the end of this week, maybe on the weekend at the latest. And then I will add in the January recap in the February recap. I think both months are not slow, but both months are non-eventful enough, I should say. Or I can pack two in under an hour. So I'm gonna do that. But I would have already made it. But again, Traders for a Cause, full weekend, very busy. Didn't get to make a February recap last weekend, so we'll push it a week back. What do you guys think is the main reason behind hesitation trading? Hesitation trading or trading patterns. Hesitation during trading patterns.
What does that mean?
Like hesitate. Like I would imagine, if I'm reading it correctly, it's like you have a new trade in front of you and you hesitate to take it or stop out. Hesitate to enter or exit a trade.
Lack of preparation.
That's you stole the words right out of my mouth.
Yeah. Why did I miss EDSA? There's always a number of reasons. And that's why, again, honesty, transparency with yourself. It's easy to blame the market or the world or whatever. There's always a reason that is fixable. There most of the time is. Sometimes you just get pooped on and you take the pooping and you move forward. But for the most part, you could have done something better. You could have prepared in a different way. And if not, you take it as a lesson and you learn for the next time. But lack of preparation. If you're constantly missing opportunities, if you're constantly getting in too early and jumping the gun, I guess hesitation would mean not trading at missing patterns. You have to be improving. You can't just say, oh, I struggle with this, but you're not getting better. You study. You go through. Like, it blows my mind how few people are watching our video lessons that we post, or the webinars that we post, that people that pay for it. And it's like, you study, you go and you back test. Most of the time we sit here, like I sit here, tonight for the next hour, I'm going to sit and go through charts of the past month, of the past year, or whatever, and just study and go through situations and fix my situational awareness. Look at the open, look at the morning, look at the pre-market, look at the prior day, and build your brain to know when I see A, I do B. Or you have it written down every morning. I have a little book here. Oh, I think is my mic fine?
Yep.
Yes.
I have the date, and I just write my plan. I have my watch list that I build every night for you guys, and then I write the plan again once I know where it's opening of what I'm going to do. And you know what EDSA said yesterday? By 237 versus 217, 70% size. It opened at 241. That's why I missed, because the paper said otherwise. But yeah, you got to plan. You got to prepare better, and then all of a sudden you're going to be in more things, and it becomes second nature.
Yeah, I'd agree with all that. The only thing I would add to is if you are too big of size. maybe you are prepared, and then it comes to hitting in or out to enter the trade or exit for a loser, and then you have a deer in the headlights because you're too big, right? You have too much size. To our preparation turns into emotions, and then it goes all out the door. So, Joe says, Kyle, I'm trading ES futures intraday. I've made money swing trading, but day trading is I'm strictly doing that. Am I wasting time? I'm not sure I understand. So you're making money swing trading and not day trading futures, and then you're wasting your time. I mean, essentially, yeah. In some ways, like if you're unprofitable with one strategy and then clearly profitable with another, but you continue to stick with the unprofitable strategy, like, yeah, I think people forget, like, the name of the game is to make money, period. Right? Now, some people can make money very risky and unsafe ways, and that'll catch up to you over time. But, like, that's unfortunately the name of the game. Like, I can't tell you how many people want to do something their specific way on their own terms. It's like they let themselves get in the way. So it's like if you have a profitable strategy in front of you, but you don't necessarily like it, or it doesn't feel comfortable, or you're like, but it's just ew, but I make money, but I want to do I want to trade fancy, I want to be cool over here, but like that's not making you money. That's like, then you're not here for the name of the game, right? You're here to feel good, So I don't know. I don't have all the details from your comment, but if that resonates with you at all, that would be my answer. Here to make money, not be cool, not feel cool about it.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks. All right, last question. Can't I watch this later on? Yes. If you again go to our YouTube channel, you go to playlists on the main page, you'll see a Wine Wednesday playlist. You'll see Good Morning NASDAQ playlists. I'm pretty sure we have a few playlists. So there's a lot of playlists where you can go back and watch recorded streams.
Play the list.
Yeah. So, and this will be on there. So, yeah. All right, I think we got a full hour in. Thanks so much, everybody. Have a great rest of your Wednesday night. Again, any questions we didn't get to, can always ask them tomorrow, 8:45 Eastern, or in the trading chat room. If you are a 3-leaf, 4-leaf, or black clover, we're fairly accessible.
Was Huddie a webinar?
Tomorrow is a live trading webinar with Huddie. So be tuned for that if you are a 4-leaf or black leaf clover. And black clovers. Stay tuned for next week because we're going to start doing a special webinar for you guys. So we'll have technically 3 webinars next week, but one will be for black clovers solely. And